Okay, great. Today we have one of my clients I've been working with for a month or so. I'm just going to ask her a few questions about her experience working with me, and yeah. But please, Mina, nice to talk to you as always. Can you please just explain a little bit about what you do in your background and things like that, please?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's nice to meet you, and it's nice working with you as well. So, I'm an executive coach with Beautifully Empowered Coaching Consulting. It's been 3 years now. So, I started out with a career and kind of changed my niche into leadership and executive coaching. So, I'm more about the authentic side of coaching, and I like to help people, especially directors and VPs, like senior leaders and executives, really hone in on their leadership. Take the like redefine their narrative now and make it more authentic to who they are. So land roles that are more aligned to personal values, and it just speaks to their soul. And that's you, they can not only like thrive, but they can also get the financial freedom that they're looking for. So that's exactly who I help now. And it's been a very fulfilling journey because this is actually it's a continuation of my journey. So I was able to have a thriving career. And
Mm.
now it's my calling and my purpose to help others now. So it's been very nice so far.
Amazing. And that was probably going to be my next question. Like, what made you actually want to be an executive coach? Because I feel like as business owners, it always, like, the reason why we start a business is because of something, whether good or bad, that's actually made us want to, start a business. So I'd love to know why you actually started this.
Yeah, so basically I did 3 career transitions, and I think I just actually did a podcast episode on this of my story recently, how like I was actually struggling in the career aspect of trajectory. It was never linear for me, it was always rocky.
Mm.
And I was kind of listening to whatever my family said, like living for others, and I didn't realize like there was an inner leader in me,
Mhm.
that there's a fire in me that I wanted to bring out as a woman. And I was always in male-dominated industries, so I was like told to be quiet. So back then, and I was like, this is not me. Like, I have to bring out my best self. And
Mm.
that got me into like 3 career transitions in the tech industry. And also, I started to become going into women empowerment and women in tech movements. And I realized like that's where I started to be a global ambassador and got into leadership roles that way.
Yeah.
And that really elevated my presence, my visibility, my credibility that way. And I was always known as a true leader because I
Mm.
had it in me, but I was always like silencing it. And
Mm.
then, I kind of stayed true to my values
Mm.
of my growth. And I realized that's where I got the most, like the success. I became a powerful leader that way, and people know me. And I'm not only like, I'm only 32. So being an
Mm.
executive coach, it's not like people see you as like, oh, like you should be at this age, but you can also be an executive coach at 32 because it's really about not years of experience, but the experiences you go through, and what you've learned and lessons learned. And not only that, it's just been very fulfilling for me.
Yeah.
Saying that, for women, it's not, you don't have to silence yourself to be a leader. You can be authentic and still thrive and still be successful. So I think that was something that now I'm able to do in my life. So help the next generation of female leaders and men as well.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. I actually didn't know your story like that deep. So it's always
Mhm.
nice to know that. Probably need to do that more with my clients. But yeah, awesome.
Right.
Amazing story. So what would you say, like, I mean, you've been on LinkedIn for a while now and things like that. What would you say that some of the challenges you were sort of facing? Just like
Mhm.
perhaps before you was working with me. Yeah, I would love to know.
Yeah, so I think it was really about the lead generation. First of all, kind of putting myself out there
Mm.
and like making myself seen because I had a lot of connections of executives before I started working with you. Like I already built that connection, but I think a lot of people didn't know anything what I was doing. Like I was not really putting myself out there. I would take like the longer route. Like, let's get on a coffee chat. Like I would be kind of scared to say like, hey, I actually help do this coaching. So I wasn't able to put myself out there and I didn't have a lead generation, a proper thing, a consistent system.
Mhm.
I had this trial and error of like, let me put content here, let me just reach out, and then I would not get an answer or go like, to a coffee chat and there's no responses. So those are a lot of the challenge I faced. And this is not only the challenge I faced for a couple of months, it's been a year actually.
Well,
And I realized like I don't want to keep going in that trial and error thing because it wasn't moving. It wasn't progressing. I was very stagnant.
mm,
So that's where I was like, And I know you reached out, and I actually went to a lot of coaches, and I'm still getting the same issue. Like, let's say that issue wasn't being solved for me.
Mm.
So I was like, just trying to figure out why doesn't anyone have this problem solved
Mm.
until I came to you and I realized like, I got that, solved out. So
Yeah, no, amazing. I'm happy I, helped you sort that out.
yeah.
Uh, but what initially, I know because we've been speaking for a while, we've been connected with on LinkedIn for a while. What made you decide to work with me? What actually stood out and what made you actually go ahead and just do it? Because I know you sometimes on the fence, and I understand that, I'm in UK, you're in America, you don't know me. So like what made you actually want to pull the trigger?
Yeah, so I know you reached out and I was on the fence a couple of times. I wasn't ready. Like, should I do it? Should I not? Because I know a lot of people are doing similar things.
Mm.
What stood out was number one, your content. I think your video trainings really spoke to me. I just was on LinkedIn. And also, I think what made me pull the trigger is that you were very understanding of like, yeah, like this is where I am right now, or I have a budget, or because most people have this cookie cutter solutions and they don't really speak to like, they don't create that safe space.
Mm.
But anytime I'd come on a call, you kind of understood what I was going through and what I need help on, and just giving me like that reassurance that a lot of coaches didn't give me. And I think it was just that connection where like, how like sometimes people just come to you, you just like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
you need that help. I can help you out. And never got that from anyone. Like I would usually be like the one to go. And when someone came to me saying like, I genuinely want to help you,
Mm.
I felt that from a genuine place from you. And I was like, this is something different, maybe I should give it a try. And not overthink it. Like I wanted to just feel it. And I was also like, why am I pushing this too much? Like, why am I staying stagnant? Like, why am I hesitating? And I like the content. I think it really resonated. Like, and I also, the reason why I pulled the trigger is
Mm.
I'm a person who likes rapid transformation. When I saw that, like, yeah, your client got like a call within 15 minutes.
Mhm.
That's exactly what I was looking for. Like, okay, like this works. And I feel like I can be, a safe space with him. I can tell him whenever, and he's there for me. And, I just pulled the trigger. So,
Amazing. No, I really appreciate that. Thank you for, those nice compliments. I kind of like that because that's the main thing about really being comfortable and just allowing yourself to just be yourself around your clients. And hence the reason why the more one-on-one approach, just in case, you might not want to share your stories with someone else, you can share with me and we can figure out. So no, I really appreciate that. Can you just describe your like experience just like working with me like day to day and Suzette and things like that?
yeah. So, first of all, I think it was really nice because it resonated with how I work, like my work ethic. Like, every day would come and have, like, okay, so an end of the day report, and like, this is what we did, and track it. So, first of all, it was nice to have these, like, weekly meetings, like, and it was the fact that, like, you were able to give it, like, thrice a week was really nice.
Mm.
Because I don't do that for my own clients. The fact that I can just come to you and get on a call with you anytime, like if someone didn't respond and I could just ask a question, it was nice. Like you were actually able to give that one-on-one support despite the busy schedule you had.
Mm.
Was really nice. And then Suzette was like, any questions I had, like right on the spot about LinkedIn, about graphic design. And I know that there was a lot of done for you components, which was really nice. I think that really saved time because as an executive, like we just have very busy schedules and we're like trying to figure out like how do we create this? And I spent like 1 year trying to figure this out on my own actually,
Oh,
on how to create my own funnels. And that really like wasted so much time. And now that you have everything ready for us, like the banner and the funnels and
mm.
all of that created for me was super great. Like I think I really enjoyed that part. And I could just put it in, and then every day working, just, you would kind of be like motivating me. I think I just need that consistency, motivation, accountability. Like, did you like, reach out to this? What happened? Or write this content? And you actually went through the content with me, like writing the post and the hook and the rehook and how to really bring out, I think, that emotional aspect, the best self into it. Like I would just write posts for the sake of it, but now it's like
Mm.
feel into it, Vina. It was a completely different type of experience that I enjoyed, in the 1 month. And the fact that I was getting like calls within a couple of days, I like booked on the calendar. It was really nice because that's exactly what I was looking for. And it wasn't, it was very efficient, every single meeting. So that's what I really liked.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. I know a lot of people, coaches, agencies, they don't want to message people cold, but the way we was actually booking calls from the jump was just reaching out to your current connection because a lot of people don't actually people that have agencies or any sort of online service provider, people within their network don't actually know what they do. Hence the reason why we done the intro post. Hence the reason why we reached out to people already in your network. And I mean, just talk a little bit about that, reaching out to warm leads and the results you managed. Because I know one day we ended up getting, I think within 2 days, about 17 positive replies, which was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so I just went through the list and I know you started to say like go to your first degree connections. So at first I was hesitant because I know like know me, like should I like say that I do this? But then I was like, okay, let's go ahead. And a lot of them were like happy, like especially the messaging, the script and the messaging and the positioning of the script was really good. Because like I usually don't say like I help XYZ, I'm just going like around in circles, but you just got to the point. And
Yeah.
then I think that really gave a positive response. Like they weren't like taken aback or anything. They were just like, oh, Vina's very friendly. She's comfortable. Like it wasn't like in a way that it was a spam or anything, because sometimes people end up thinking that way.
Mhm.
But I think in this case, it was just to the point, Vina's friendly, yes or no. And I also reached out to my like high school friends, and they're also in that, executives, and they were just really sweet. I think I actually got, like you said, 17 positive responses in one day.
Mhm.
It was incredible. Like, I actually got pretty excited and my, whole like calendar was getting booked and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, like I've been at this for so many years and nothing worked and this is already working. And the funny thing is, I know a lot of people have like four or five like sequences. Yours was not even like two or three. And I was like, wow, this is like really quick to the point.
Yeah, yeah.
It was nice that even they know now, like even if it doesn't work, and I know that at times, like, you were telling me I was overthinking, and that was right. Like I didn't have to like, I think I needed that motivation that there's if someone doesn't respond. And I
Yeah.
think that's one thing I liked about you, that you also had like a little bit of a mindset coaching as well as part of this 1 month, that
Mm.
if they don't respond, just go to the next one. That's okay, and that's okay. And I
Yeah.
think that I just had to let that like sink in. So that really helped as well. And once I had that was sinking in, like it just kind of shifted and I got to see tangible results. And
Yeah.
even now, like I'm still doing it and I have 4 calls this week as well on the calendar. So, and some of them
Amazing.
are and like we talked about, I had a lot of doubt on like how do I get qualified leads? I'd always keep coming back, and we talked about how to qualify them in the questionnaire and what's important. And then you also told me to kind of be grateful for what I'm getting, like just not just talk with end goal of 20K, and I know that was our goal, but just be grateful and just let kind of loose, just connect with these people, even if it's a new niche. And I
Yeah.
think that really resonated.
Amazing. No, it's awesome to see that. It's awesome to see that. Okay, so what do you like if someone was potentially actually let me ask this question first. What stood out for you like in particular in terms of like working with me, would you say? Is there anything like specific that stood out or was it just
I think what stood out was literally like just how efficient the system was. I think I never really saw that because I've talked to so many coaches
mm,
and they would just go like, I think it was very holistic, but you get to the point. It was just so quick, efficient, transformative
mm,
within a week. Like within a month, I saw this much of a transformation. And I think that really stood out to me, was just how quickly, because to be very honest, I never that just like the feeling of it. It's just tangible, like we have the numbers, but just feeling excited and I'm still excited. Like I'm just glad like I know I was on the fence, but
yeah.
it was all in my mind, when I saw the results in front of me, I was like, why didn't I jump, earlier? So
Mm,
I think that's what stood out. It was just the most efficient system. And that's exactly what, busy business owners need. Just getting to the point, intentional, efficient, and someone to just be there. It's really what you kind of need. And I don't see those other business coaches as well.
yeah, amazing. No, I really appreciate that. And that was probably my next question. If someone right now was like you, on the fence, maybe they've come across my LinkedIn, my YouTube, and they're not too sure whether to work with me or not, what would you say to them?
I would say like just don't be like me, like I know it's a mindset thing and we have that fear, but I mean, at the end of the other side of the fear is faith. And I know that you can easily trust Josh. Like he knows his stuff really well and he's helped a lot of people. And even if like you have questions, he's there like to kind of give you that reassurance and every small thing. Like he's actually one-on-one because I know a lot of people work for like group and they don't get on that one-on-one call. Like this is literally he actually tailors it to you and answers the question. So I would just take the risk and go for it. It's really worth it for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Then just last question or like advice to anyone. I just want to do more of these giving advice to people watching these videos, whether they're starting a business, whether they experience what business or life advice can you just share to help someone else out that's, watch this video and they maybe want to start a business or they're running the business. Please feel free to share anything to
Mhm.
my audience out. Thank you.
There's like so many, but I would say like if this is something that is your dream, please go for it. Do not let other people's opinions affect you. And I think I even wrote this on a recent content that there are going to be people who are not maybe as supportive as you think. You know, there are going to be people who are going to say something.
Mm,
But I want you to kind of align and go with what your gut says, what your heart says, and follow that. You know, if it's your purpose, go for it. Because I know that that's what will make you happy at the end of the day. Like you'll be successful because that's what true success is. It's about the happiness and fulfillment. So,
mm,
and also, while doing this, you know, really have mentors at your side. You know, surround yourself with the right mentors because they can take you places.
mm,
And I know both of us are coaches in one way or form, but it just, we want to help others bring a positive impact. So if you need help, please reach out and we'll help you get there.
mm.
But take the first step is I think the key thing I want to say.
Yeah, Rena, amazing. I really, really appreciate your time speaking with me. And yeah, let's carry on scaling you to the moon and
Mm.
reaching for the heights because I know you'll definitely get there.
No, thank you, Josh. And thank you so much to all the coaches. For giving us like the reassurance, right? To giving us the motivation to reach our full potential. Because sometimes, you know, as a coach, I do it for others. You know, I don't feel like, you know, some part of me is like, how come, you know, I haven't gotten the same support? But then it's also my fault that I need to reach out. So that's another thing to people that
Mm,
please do reach out if you need the help. You know,
mm,
we're all here to help each other and it can really take you to the next level, for sure. You know, I think that's really important because staying stagnant is not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to get in circles. But if
no,
this is your dream, like make it happen. And we're here to actually make your dreams a reality. You know, that is my, you know, mantra. So like, that's what I want to just say right now.
amazing. Thank you so much, Rena. We'll speak soon.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Okay.